out, then she goes screaming fight, type of lights at the lights. Every night, you know, fight, take the sides, live the sides, baby shows and the escapades. Let the arcade, pixelated party, lesson, they unafraid. Karaoke screams, singing themes, heart and sleeves. Anime dreams, brushing seams, city gleams, dancing screams, endless streams, endless streams.
It's like a Saturday morning breakfast cereal punch in the face. It's Saturday Shoutouts on the YouTube with me, the OGGM. How you doing? Happy holidays. Thanks for taking a moment of your time to hang out with me. It's the 7th day of December 2024. You better get your Christmas shopping done. It's about 8-ish in the morning, and it looks like it's going to be a nice, shiny day here at Site B. And it's Saturday. And on Saturday, we check out other YouTube channels and try and make new friends. We do what's known as a channel raid. I've explained this a couple thousand times now, but if you're not familiar with the term, it's where a large YouTuber, not that I'm a large YouTuber, or VTuber, or Twitch, goes and tries to find another person's channel and give them attention and hopefully draw some attention to them and they get some new subs. And in return, you hope that individual comes and checks out your channel. And then we grow and make new friends and try and make the tabletop role-playing game community on the YouTube a little bit more positive and a little more united against some of the idiots out there who just want to say horrible things about us. Now, I know there is one or two people out there who think this is fake, that I'm really not this nice and kind, and I'm just doing it to get subs. And, well, I am nice and kind, and I am doing it to get subs. I think I've admitted that in every single video. But, you know, I could be just making video after video after video where I complain about other YouTubers and complain about everybody's picking on me and complain about this and that and the other thing, or the old school did this morning, blah, 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 blah. But that's not the point of this. You know, the point of this is to try and be nice and make some new friends. So let's check out Jack Edward. Number one, Jack Edward has only made 11 videos and he's already got 1.72 subscribers. And I couldn't figure out what this guy is doing that got him so many in such a short period of time. I looked up Jack Edward on the search thing, but the only Jack Edward I could find is a sports broadcaster. I don't think they're the same guy, but you never know. So whatever he's doing, he must be doing incredibly well, or he's somebody well known in the industry to have that many in that short of a time. But looks like he's doing pretty much the things that we're all used to now. Talking about terrain, talking about game design, talking about growing as a GM, miniatures, Session Zero, finding perfect music, making paper terrain. I'm a big fan of paper terrain. Talks about just a hodgepodge of topics. He talks about soundtracks for your game. I don't really like music at the game, but I know some people do. I'm drinking coffee. And it does definitely help. Unfortunately, if there's music at the table and people talking at the table, my brain tends to drift towards the music and tune out what the people are saying. And it distracts me. So I actually prefer not to have music unless it's like really, really important. There's certain times where you wish a theme song was playing when your character is doing something awesome. But for the most part, you know. So yeah, just a hodgepodge of topics, all well put together. And apparently he's got something going on that at 1.28 people think is 1.72 people think is really, really awesome. That with only 11 videos, he's already made that many. So congratulations, Jack. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Keep letting us know. And we're going to give you a like, share, and subscribe. And who knows, maybe you'll come and check out our channel and we can interview you. And we can find out what your secrets are. Blah, 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 blah. Moving on. We've got so many today. Thanks as always to my only employee, Jeff's Games Box, for finding all these for me. The next is Leon. Leon Sephirs has got 94 subscribers. He's got 151 videos. He is a low effort nerd geek video. He's on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Discord, and Patreon. He talks a lot about different games. He talks a lot about adventures he's run. He talks a lot about Pathfinder. He's talked about Mutants and Mr. He talks about Legends of the Five Rings CC. He talks about a whole bunch of different games. He does some solo play. He does some reviews. Just a hodgepodge of stuff. He does him live playing with friends. Another just a hodgepodge of different videos. I'm going to say that a lot today. Different reviews, different articles, just talking about gaming, Pathfinder. It's just you know, a general wherewithal channel. He plays Pokemon. Looks like he's playing Pokemon on Twitch. I'm going to be on start doing Twitch next year. Hopefully I'll figure it out. And I'll probably start doing Twitch on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So, yeah, no rhyme or reason to any of his articles, just the usual hodgepodge of just talking about different things that he's passionate about. And that's what we want. We want to just find people who are just like, today I'm passionate about talking about Ironsworn. Today I'm passionate about talking about Pathfinder. Today I'm passionate about talking about the OGGM and his amazing games. I'm not going to say shitty things about other YouTubers today because that's not the kind of person I am. Maybe talking about this crap gets me subs. Maybe it doesn't. I don't care. I'm Leon and I'm just here to have a good time and share my love for the hobby. And that's what we love, Leon. Thank you very much for just doing these. No rhyme, no reason, just various topics that you're passionate about, you want to talk about, and we appreciate that. So let's give Leon a like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Leon, for being awesome. I mean, I don't know the guy in real life. He could suck, but, you know, I like to think he's awesome. This is RJ Cure. He is a professional ghostwriter and DM. I've been playing D&D since the 90s and DMing. Oh, somebody's going to call you a baby with very little experience. And he talks about D&D and storytelling. He's got 768 subscribers, 222 videos. Very excitable, a lot of positive energy. Different topics here, you know, talking about the creative process, how to run a pre-published adventure. How do you run a pre-published adventure? It's not an adventure, it's a template. He says so right there, right there. It's a template, you know, and there's in this template, there's things that are maybe going to happen, but you also have to count on player characters doing wackadoodle choices that the pre-published module doesn't cover. So hopefully he covers that, talks about making monsters, really good setup, does the whole TTP and, you know, addresses all the current controversies, it looks like, does some mapping. So just talking about different gaming things for his own amusement and hoping to get people that want to hear what he has to say. That doesn't seem to be any source or form or direction. It's just whatever. And it looks to be mostly fantasy D&D type stuff, but I don't see anything specifically D&D, so you could use his stuff for everything. Here's him writing a 5-room dungeon. Here's him session planning. Here's him creating characters. Just lots of different tips, lots of different ideas, workshops. Reminds me of Hank when he was first starting out. Just stuff about how to have fun and be a good gamer and stuff like that. So yeah, hello RJ, welcome. Thank you for making awesome stuff. Maybe you'll come on by and give us a sub. I don't really know what I'm talking about today. All right, this is the Three Bears RPG. I don't know if Three Bears is actually one guy or three guys, but he says, I explore new kinds of tabletop role-playing game design with mini games and supplements published on Patreon and online RPG stores. So it looks like he makes his own product, and he's got 613 subscribers with 5 videos, so he must be doing really well. The first video, he talks about how the tabletop role-playing game could be a Rubik's Cube, how a tabletop role-playing game could be fortune cookies, how a tabletop role-playing game could be a novel, AI art versus real art, and talking about the new thing, Bastions. Also, the wall in his room is decorated to look like the TARDIS. That's interesting. Whether that's intentional or accidental, those could also be soundproofing things. So apparently he's been playing recently and knows about the Bastions and knows about how broken it is. And he goes into this article about what's the point of gold in D&D, which is something we haven't covered yet, I don't think. And, you know, of course, how to get them to spend the gold. Oh, great, you've got 10,000 gold sitting in a pile. what are you going to do with it? Because you can't carry it. Because it's heavy and messy. So where is it? Player characters never put their money in like a bank or anything, right? So yeah, this is interesting. I'm interested to see how he thinks you could use a Rubik's Cube to be a book or a game or fortune cookies, there's a game that uses a Jenga tower, and he says he's the three bears. So he's the mama bear, papa bear, and baby bear? Or is he saying his Goldilocks is his favorite story? Or is he saying he has three different personalities? Or is he, in fact, a bear pretending to be a game master? Now, with my wackadoodle brain, I instantly go to, he's a bear pretending to be a game master. But there's probably some other reason why he calls himself the Three Bears D&D RPG. And let's face it, we're running out of good names, right? It's kind of like meteors, asteroids, and hurricanes. We're running out of names for, RPG channels. So pretty soon we're going to run into people whose RPG channels or names are just random words strung together. Oh, I'm a brand new tabletop role-playing game content creator, and my name is Calculator Cherubikstein. Yeah, because all the good names are taken. So it'll be interesting. But welcome. Hello, Three Bears RPG. Good luck. Let's give you a like, share, and subscribe. I'm getting beeped. Les, thanks for being awesome. Moving on. We've got the Bountiful Mimic. The Bountiful Mimic has 274 subscribers, 12 videos. He is pouring out several rare gems of ready-to-use D&D content. He talks about GNS, D&Ds and racism, the monsters that don't get a lot of love, like the Zorn. Another monster that doesn't get a lot of love, the Behair. 3 years ago, he was talking about necromancy, harvesting, and crafting 3 years ago. Well, we have those rules now in the Bastion system. So he's got a lot of articles about D&D, about obscure D&D, about monsters that don't see a lot of love in D&D, like the, other stuff. Just a general D&D focus, D&D articles. GNS, though, dude, that's going to get you a lot of... that's going to get you backlash. There's certain topics you probably should ignore, or if you're going to jump on that, you got to jump on it full force. If you're going to pick one of the more controversial aspects of gaming theory, you either got to be like the Bro SR or the 4D guys, and it's like, this is my soapbox and I'm going to stand on it. So it'll be interesting to see where the Bountiful Mimic goes. Plus, he's a mimic, and he admits he's a mimic. So it's a mimic talking about gaming, and maybe, I don't know, maybe all of this is just to trick us to come to his channel so he can eat us. I don't know, but it'll be interesting to find out. Quality D&D content since 2021. 2021. Dude, I've been doing this for 10 years. Hello and welcome, Bountiful Mimic. Thanks for being awesome. I look forward to see what's next for you and your channel. Going to give you a like, share, and subscribe. Please do not eat me. Oh, I think I hear somebody at the front door. Hi, Brian. How are you? You want to have water or anything? Okay. All right. Happy holidays. Tuesday. My meds. Got to have my drugs to keep what's left of the brain running. Where were we? Oh, yes. Moving on. Okay, we just did the Bountiful Mimic. Now we have the Sly Strategist outfoxing the odds. The Sly Strategist has 1.79 subscribers, 271 videos, and he talks about Pathfinder. We don't talk about Pathfinder enough on my channel. I haven't done Paizo news in a while. Pretty much 90% of the time we're talking about Wizards of the Coast. Why do we talk about Pathfinder and Paizo more? I don't know, because Paizo isn't doing anything stupid. So it's nice to see somebody who has chosen a niche and is talking about that niche and is really going into just discussing Pathfinder, Pathfinder 1, Pathfinder 2, Pathfinder 2 Core. the difference between Pathfinder 2 and Pathfinder 2 Core. And we already know Pathfinder's coming out with a new something in 2025 that introduces new classes. So what does that mean for Pathfinder 2 Core? Because they just announced yesterday, we're making new classes, one of which isn't a class because it already exists. We're making a Necromancer class. You've already got a Necromancer class. You've got a Necromancer Wizard build and a Necromancer Cleric build. Why does Necromancer need to be a separate class unless you're trying to copy a certain video game, Paizo? So it'll be interesting, because Paizo remains perfectly quiet and then every now and then does something unbelievably stupid and then goes back to being perfectly quiet. So this is the guy to listen to talk about what's going on with Paizo. So it's nice to see somebody who's just covering Pathfinder and not being part of all the Wizards of the Coast D&D controversy, but instead focusing on what's ever going on with Pathfinder. So I'm going to check this guy out because I have fallen really far behind over the past year at what's going on with our friends at Paizo. And I'm, a big fan of some of their stuff. I was a huge fan of Pathfinder 1. Loved playing it until it got weird. A huge fan of Starfinder First Edition. I think Starfinder First Edition was close to perfect. I don't know why they needed to make a new one. Pathfinder 2, I hear, is a mess, but really, really good. But then they changed it to Pathfinder 2 Core. And while their reasoning for changing it sort of made sense, the way they did it was dumb. And so, yeah. And he's a fox. He's a fox. And he's got the multicolored dice behind him. So does that mean he's LGBTQT, or is that just the icon he chose? Whatever. And he wears Hawaiian shirts. So, yeah, that alone makes him awesome. So let's give the Sly Strategist a like, share, and subscribe. And check him out. And I'm going to be watching your channel, Sly Strategist, because I have fallen behind on what's going on in the world of Pathfinder. And if I can get somebody else to do the work for me, great. All right. Dungeons and Dyslexia. He's got 390 subscribers, 139 videos, and he is a fellow member of the Dyslexia family like me. Hello, sir. And he's got a little whatchamacallit here. As someone that suffers with dyslexia, role-playing has been a key in combating it. This is a role-playing channel that will focus on reviews, top 10 lists, hints, and tips, all the while helping you identify that if they are dyslexia. I will also advise and offer tips that both blah, blah, blah. I can't read this because I'm dyslexia. Can't even say it. Dyslexic, not dyslexia. Oh, dear God. Don't get old, kids. I think I need more coffee. Oh, this is my second cup already. But anyways, he talks about dyslexia, growing up dyslexic. He's old enough to have experienced what it was like being special needs in the school systems of the 80s and 90s and early 2000s before we really knew what to do with people like myself. So it would be interesting to trade war stories with a fellow dyslexic, depending upon where he is in the world, too. I mean, I grew up in California, in the California school system, and I can assure you the California school system in the 70s and 80s did not know what to do with somebody like me. So it'll be interesting to track his personal experiences and see how dyslexia has affected his gaming. So definitely want to reach out to this guy. And he talks about different games. Ars Magica, the greatest role-playing game nobody's ever heard of. The new Conan, the 2D6 Dungeon. There's an Evil Dead Kickstarter. Castles and Crusades. Horror role-playing games. So just general reviews, top fives, different games, players. Yeah, okay. So just general reviews, interviews, insight, suggestions, topics that he wants to talk about, all from the point of view of somebody who is neurodivergent / special needs / dyslexic. As a fellow dyslexic who can't even talk this morning, I am interested in following what's going on with you, sir. So thank you for being brave enough to be open about your dyslexia, your disability, and your stories about how D&D made your life better. So that's important to hear. Hopefully, let's give him a like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for being awesome, my friend. Let's reach out to him, maybe. I'd love to talk to a fellow dyslexic. And finally, we have Man Shorts. I've known about Man Shorts for a while. They've got 176K subscribers, 851 videos. They make comedy videos about D&D and D&D topics and D&D goofiness. They've got like the Florida edition, the Hurricane edition, the Halloween special, the Fly Fishing edition, the Homebrew edition. So they cover different D&D things or different games or different memes, tropes, what's ever in the news, just general silliness, and they convert it to gaming, and their skits are usually hilarious. So yeah, I was a fan for theirs for a while. I don't remember why I stopped watching their stuff. I'm sure there was a reason, or just I started watching something else and then forgot they existed until just the other day. Hilarious. Their skits are hilarious. They're usually topical, well put together. I think they had Jeannie D on once, so that makes that they at least have enough clout that Miss D would think that they're worth her time. They do mostly Dungeons and Dragons, so if that's something that doesn't interest you, I would understand. They have done other games occasionally, but mostly of the time they just make fun of D&D memes, D&D tropes, D&D ideas, just general goofiness. Their stuff is hilarious. I highly recommend them if you just want a good laugh. So this is Man Shorts. Hello, Man Shorts. Let's give you a like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for making awesome stuff in the tabletop role-playing game community and doing it with a fun, festive, silly way, as opposed to just making videos about how other people suck. Now, finally, as we wrap up today's, as you know, I got this idea from VTubers. Specifically, I got this idea from Iron Mouse. So every day when we do this, I want to shout out a specific VTuber. Mostly the members of VSojo, because they're the ones I know, and the guests of VSojo. Almost all of them I absolutely like. Some of them I love. Iron Mouse is definitely one of my heroes. Henya, I absolutely love her. She's hilarious. Melody, for being a AI e-girl who does prawn, is one of the most wholesome, sweetest human beings there are. Some of them I don't like as much, but all of them seem to be genuinely cool people. It's like every time I hear them talking to each other, I'm like, I wish I could hang out with them. So today is Made Mint Phantom. I think I've given Mint a shout out before. I don't remember, but I'm running out of VTubers and VSojo members. So I'm probably going to start recycling them or going to some of the more obscure ones who aren't associated with VSojo. She is a ghost of a Maid Cafe employee. She does video games. She does that. Let's Chat. She's pretty kid friendly. She just doesn't do a lot of, let's talk about my boba or sex talk or anything. She occasionally slips into adult, but just in conversation. And she's funny and cute and pretty wholesome. She can sing pretty good, and she generally just seems to be a really cool, nice, fun person. So this is Made Mint Phantom. She is my shout out for the week. As you know, this is how I got the idea. Some people are claiming I stole the idea from them. Another, some people claim I stole the idea from Shoner. May he rest in peace. Some people claim that I'm being fake about this, and this is just a way for me to get subs and make people think I've turned a new leaf or whatever. Some people think that I'm doing this every week to try and get their attention, so they'll come on my stream. Oh, I'm not going to come on your stream, blah, blah, blah. But no, I got the idea from VTubers, specifically Iron Mouse, doing raids on other Twitch channels. This is what inspired me to do this. So shout out to Made. Thank you, Made, for being awesome and fun and cool and just general stuff. There you go. That's this week's shout outs. I hope you appreciate each and every one of these. And if you don't, that's fine. If you've got a channel you want me to shout out, feel free to reach out to me. I'm sure there's hundreds of you out there who want to just get a bigger audience and want to talk about gaming without turning it into a my side versus your side versus everybody's picking on me versus jump off a cliff and die. and all the other toxicity. So if you want to talk about tabletop role-playing games and your history in the hobby and what your channel does, if I haven't shouted you out yet, please let me know. I'd love to talk to you. Until next time, I'm the OGGM. Thanks for joining me. Happy holidays. Stay safe out there, especially all my friends and family up in Northern California recovering from that 7.1 earthquake and that tsunami that still hasn't shown up. But, you know, it could happen. I ever tell you guys my tsunami story? Anyways, till next time, happy Saturday. I will talk to you later.
Tell that you go screaming, fight, tag the lights at the lights. Every night we don't fight, they decide, live inside, baby shows and escapade. Let the arcade picks, let it party, left and they unafraid. Karaoke screams, singing themes, heart and sleeves. Anime dreams, person seems, city gleams, dancing screams, endless streams, lights extreme, Saturday gleams. So it's day gleams, so it seems, nothing rings. Right there.